Hi, everybody. We are live. Oh, what am I doing? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. It is lunchtime, and there is breaking news to give you. First of all, as we normally do, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Believers Talk. My name is Joe, and welcome to this live breaking news edition of Believers Talk, where we keep you up to date on everything going on with our Buffalo Bills. And the thumbnail pretty much says it all, guys. Quinton Spain, no longer a Buffalo Bill. There's some updates coming on my phone, guys. Again, as you join me, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Like this video if you haven't already. Hey, Joe. Hey, Kevin. How you doing? John Feliciano says OJ2K. There's one of many options when it comes to what does this mean for the Buffalo Bills, right? I mean, does this mean John Feliciano is being activated from IR? Obviously, to activate anyone, to bring anyone up onto the roster, that means that you have to release somebody. Hey, Austin Church, good to see you in here as well. Also, a funny thing, the trade deadline's soon, right? Let's talk about that for a second. The trade deadline is soon, so this could mean a plethora of different things for the Buffalo Bills. Are they making room to sign or trade for someone as Brian Bowers? Well, again, you look at the team on the practice squad right now, and you say, or at least on IR, and you see that big name, John Feliciano, in there. Offensive guard, it fits, right? It works. So that could be a possibility. Could they be trading for somebody? It's dark in my car. What the heck? Could they be trading for somebody? Absolutely. That's an option as well. Let's get back outside here. Where there's some light. Let's get some light in here. But there's plenty of options here. I just want to bring this breaking news to you again, guys. Thank you for joining me on this edition of Believers Talk. Let me see here. We need another running back. What do I think? Winters couldn't be worse. Well, so John Feliciano, or I'm sorry, not John Feliciano. Quinton Spain came into the league as undrafted free agent in 2015. Spent 3 years with the Tennessee Titans. Remember, the Buffalo Bills got him in free agency last season, late in free agency. Obviously, no one was really interested, suited and booted in him last year as a free agent. So late in the year, the Buffalo Bills, of course, get him. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Glad to see you in here. Thanks again, guys, for joining me. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Spain is my guy. No, says Buffalo Bills fan 27-17. But again, it was just time to move on, right? Quinton Spain started the first 2 games this season, did not look good in that Dolphins game. And then since then, they've said that there's been a lingering injury, but there's been some lingering issues at one Bills drive as well between Quinton Spain and the coaching staff. And that's going to happen. You're going to have players that disagree with coaching staff decisions, things like that. So at this point, it's better just to move on from him, right? It's better just to move on and see what could happen. We should get Riley Reef from Minnesota. Brian Winters is a bum. Well, again, if John Feliciano's come back, listen, we're probably, Brian Winters is part of this team, whether you like it or not at this point, part of the rotation at the offensive line. He's been here all season, so since John Feliciano went out, but maybe we bring John Feliciano back. Maybe that's why this move has taken place. Again, in order to bring someone up from the IR, you have to be able to remove somebody from the team, and it looks like that will be Quinton Spain. But like I said, it's going to be interesting because you do have the trade deadline coming up. Is there potential for a Buffalo Bills trade? What are the Buffalo Bills doing with this extra roster spot now? But you better believe that I'll keep you covered right here on Believers Talk, no matter what happens. Of course, these angry Winters and Ford are starting ahead of him. I don't know why. We talked for a couple weeks ago about why was Quinton Spain not starting? Why was Quinton Spain not playing? And again, they blamed it on a foot injury, but just not sure how accurate that is. I like Buffalo to sign Clay Matthews for linebacker to help Milano and Edmonds. 3 years, $18 million. What happens to the money? I was watching Paul from #Sports. They broke this before I did, and he said that the Buffalo Bills saved $2 million by doing this. So the Buffalo Bills will save $2 million this year. I'm not sure how much of that dead cap money was 3 years. Remember, he did sign a 3-year contract at the end of 2019. Lunchtime Parking Garage special episode. Absolutely. Hey, wherever it takes for me to get you guys covered on the Buffalo Bills, I'm going to do it. But as far as the money is concerned, again, at the beginning of 2020, he did just sign a 3-year contract extension with the Buffalo Bills. However, listening to what Paul said on #Sports, it was basically a 1-year deal. So I'm thinking there wasn't any dead cap money rolling over into the next 2 seasons. And as Paul said, we do save $2 million this year. He saves next and following, says Chris Spencer. So there you go. There's some money issues. I don't think it's much of a money issue for the Buffalo Bills. I think if it was, they would have thought about it a little bit more, especially with the salary cap the way it's going to be the next couple of years. The next couple of years, we don't know how the pandemic has affected the salary cap, but can't be in a positive light, that's for sure. So we're going to see what happens with the salary cap. But in this instance, the Buffalo Bills saved $2 million. We could sign someone from the practice squad. Not my issue at all, says Chris Spencer. John Patrick, not happy about this move. I mean, you have to look at the production or lack thereof of this offensive line over the past 2 weeks without Quinton Spain, and it hasn't exactly blown our socks off, right? We haven't exactly been happy with the offensive production of this team up until over the last 2 weeks without Quinton Spain. So yeah, it does leave to question why, but at the same time, if the team and the player are not getting along, I'm all about releasing players if they're not happy with what's going on, because again, if they're not trying their best for you, you know what's the point of having them on here? Spain gave up 0 sacks last year, says Buffalo Bills fan 27-17. Justin Zimmer is now there, and some people were happy with how Justin Zimmer played the last 2 weeks. I'm not one of those people, but some people were not disappointed with what happens. When does John Feliciano can come back at any time from IR? Obviously, injury dictates that a little bit, but he is able to come back off of IR. I am at work, Robert. Again, giving you my breaking news from wherever I have to. But instead of saying how much we saved, we should talk about how much we lost. Again, did we lose anything if he's not going to play for us? Again, if a guy's not going to play for you, then maybe it's best to get rid of him. And again, if there's a player, I don't care who the player is, if there's a player who doesn't fit in line with your scheme, with your whatever you want to call it, with your team strategy, then it's time to get rid of him. You know, Quinton Spain can be a good player for other teams, and if he's not willing to contribute to this Buffalo Bills team, if the Buffalo Bills and him are not seeing eye to eye on a few things, if the coaching staff is not working with him, then that's all things that have to be considered. Quinton Spain and Dawkins locked down on the left last year. Well, Dawkins isn't here either. So Robert Jean says 5-2, saying that we're going to beat the Jets this week. I really hope so. Listen, if the sky wasn't falling after the Tennessee Titans and Kansas City Chiefs lost, imagine what Bills fans will be saying if we lose to the Jets. Easy win this weekend to improve the mood in Buffalo, says John Patrick. Well, we're going to see. Again, it's not going to take long for the Buffalo Bills to say what they're doing with this extra roster spot. I think that news will probably come today. And again, you better believe that I'll have you covered right here on Billievers Talk. But yeah, just wanted to give you the breaking news, guys. Quinton Spain has been released by the Buffalo Bills. Now the Buffalo Bills do have that extra roster spot. Be interesting to see if they bring up John Feliciano, if they have a trade in mind that's already going through the cracks that we haven't heard about yet. I'm sorry, Dan Dawson's still there. I'm sorry, Buffalo Bills fan. Didn't mean to scare you. We need this easy win against the Jets to give us 2 games on Dolphins. Actually, it's going to be a game and a half. Dolphins have a bye. Hey, Miguel, glad to see you in here as well. But again, just wanted to bring you the breaking news. The Buffalo Bills have released Quinton Spain. I'll be back on here as soon as the Bills announce what they're doing with that extra roster spot to give you guys the big news. But again, thank you guys for joining me on this edition of Billievers Talk. I got to get back to work. It kind of stinks, but I'm glad to give you guys this breaking news. So again, if you haven't subscribed to Billievers Talk, hit that subscribe button for continual breaking news on our Buffalo Bills. And again, I will be live every Sunday for the Buffalo Bills, live play-by-play and reaction. So make sure you check that out. And again, I look forward to talking to you all soon. Until I do, go Bills.